Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming, and welcome to my Let's Play of the Stanley Parable. Now we've played the first time and we got 3 different endings. I'm trying to see if I can get a few more. Let's see, because I've heard there are like a total of 18 different endings. I don't think I'll be able to try out all of them, but let's see how many more we can find. So we'll continue.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, so how do we get the 3 endings? First we'll follow him and then we'll...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, let's keep going, because we went to the end and turned off the mind control.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Before he can... Okay, so we went to the boss's office last time. And... what about this one? Can we get in here?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Yes.
2845.
Okay.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
445.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Now last time we could go also escape and see what happens. Loading. Yeah, I can think of another 3 endings, but 18, not sure how we could get that.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay, let's see. So
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
So like we can go here. Next time we can go and turn off the machine. Let's go and see if we can escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Yeah, probably. We need to see.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Probably going to get killed. Yeah, I think this is game over. Okay, so that was just one ending. So he's dead. So that makes it 4. We are probably back at the desk again. No, we're still falling. It's more. Okay. What now? Oh, we are in some
As the
sort of...
machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Can we get out here?
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what...
Oh no, we are going to get killed.
Perhaps his death was of no great loss.
Oh, we can actually get off
the
here, I think.
eyeballs from a blind man. So
Come on,
he
come on.
resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Come on, move.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine
You can't
crushed
jump.
every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Nope. I thought we were dead. No, we made it, we made it. The Stanley
And yet it
Parable.
would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Wow, where
When
did we
every
end up?
path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you
Where
see
are we?
now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Interesting. I'm a bit confused. Stanley's computer. Corridor. Okay, so this is like a design. Office computers. All the buttons. Button sounds. 1, 2, 3. And what is this? Credits. Okay, nice. Written and designed by Davey. Okay, interesting. So where next? Okay, let's see what's in here. We are in the credits room. 431, 436. Maintenance room. Why do they have a picture of the maintenance room? Green light. War zone. Early in development, Sandy war developing. Interesting. Nothing here. Nice. I need to explore more. Oh, that's the phone. The apartment timer. This is like a display of the whole game. I made it into a museum. Meeting room. Okay, vent, maintenance, obey, disobey. Ah, okay, interesting. Maintenance layout. Option 1. Obey, first choice. Lounge, obey, disobey, first choice. So it goes back. Aha, very interesting. What do we have here? Zending levers. Zending model. Went to iterations around the fourth version of the ending and it was completed. Interesting, interesting, extremely interesting. What do we have here? Freedom ending. Okay, so I think we got that one, right? Or was it the other one? Okay, around here. Have we been? No, we haven't been here. Okay, so what is this? Boss's office. Okay. Okay, it's the other side. What do we have around the back? Underground. Okay. Narration outtakes.
It's the kind of thing you pick up on intuitively.
Very, very weird.
Of course, you being you, you'll probably spend the next time trying to solve it.
Okay, so where do we go? Up here. Okay, what is this? Office clock. It's like somebody dismantled the whole game and put the stuff on display in a museum. Monitor room, elevator. Game design mockup. Interesting. We are on the upper levels. 427. Yeah, that's our office. Okay, so all of us, all of these are my offices. Okay, what's in here? Narrator emails. Can we read them? It's a bit too bright. Okay, we have been here. We have been here. Now I'm a bit stuck. Where do we go? War zone. Okay, larger. We came up through here. 431 to 436. The office. So war zone. The lounge. This was the phone. These are the other layouts. We have been here. We have been here. Ah, not here. Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the games. So this is like the interesting game within a game. They're talking about the game within the game. Begin the game again, resume the game option, escape menu. Ah, there is the exit. I did not see it before. Stanley Parable.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you
Nope.
see how much they need one another?
Oh,
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and be your only true choice.
no, we are dead.
Choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time.
Okay, so that is the ending. Getting squashed. Ah, interesting. So we get squashed, and now we will go and we'll disobey him, and we will not pick up the phone, or we'll go obey him and then go into the mind control facility and turn it on actually, and see what happens. What happened? Has the game paused? Has it crashed? Is this part of the game, or is this something else? So we are going to begin again because it seems that that is the end. Okay, so we had to quit out of there. Okay, where's the narrator? Okay, no narrator this time. It's a bit weird.
When Stanley came to a
Okay.
set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, there's a lot of fourth wall breaking going
Yet
on in
there
this
was
game.
not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Past the executive bathroom, straight up.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it... Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So
I
he
like
relaxed
this.
for a few moments with some calming new age music.
Ah, that's good. I like that. Yeah, I'm too restless. I'm going to just run here in the office. Okay, come on, open it up.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Yeah, I like this sort of instant response. I pressed the button before he told us the number and he sort of got annoyed. Okay, so now they're skipping this process of going down the elevator.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay. We get an option to turn it off at the end.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley
Yeah, this
thought to
place
himself.
reminds me of that
Did he
Truman
have the
Show
strength
movie.
to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions.
Let's see if we can go up
happy
here. Can
or
we?
sad, or content.
Oh, we can.
Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
So there are a lot of buttons to press here. So we pressed 4. I don't know if that changes the ending or something, or if it's just like buttons. Meaningless. Yeah, there may be more to this. You see 3 buttons over there. There's number 5 here. We pressed 4 upstairs, so we've only missed number 3, I believe. I don't know if these do anything. Okay, we've pressed all of the buttons. Let's see what happens. Or if we only have to press one button and the last one we press. Mind control idle, awaiting input. So system power.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
See, I've pressed the number 3 button last. Let's just turn it off again and see if we get a different ending. Last time we got outside in like a green setting. Let's see what happens this time. If so, then we'll try out all the 5 endings and see 5 endings for turning it off. Okay, come on, open. It's taking ages.
And a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Okay, yeah, we got this one before, so I don't think it matters which number you press.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Okay, so we got this one again. So next time we'll go and turn on the mind control device. Okay, let's do this quickly.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay,
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'll wait for him to tell us the number before putting it, otherwise he'll make us listen to music.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Okay, let me type the number then. Let's see if he makes fun of us. Yeah, I'm not getting that. See, I can't press it without. Okay, he's already opened it. Ah, okay, fine. That's good. That's good. They know they have played it so many times, so they're not wasting time. This I like this. I like this. Blah blah blah. Number, etc. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, they're not wasting my time. I like this. Don't have to hear the same thing again and again. I think that's what makes this stand apart from other games. Like you actually.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
He just press this. Let's go.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Here, press the button.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation.
So I won't press any
Controls
buttons,
labeled
let's
with
just go.
emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Yes,
After
I
they
did.
kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah, let's see,
Control?
let's see.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Really?
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
Yes.
It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in
So I have
mind.
to press all
What
the
a
buttons?
shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going.
Okay, let's press
what
all the
this
buttons
means.
in sequence.
I barely know where to start.
1,
What's that?
2.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times,
I'm
I
hoping
let the
this
office
is
sink into the ground,
something.
swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this though.
Now he's
this version of events
behaving
has
more
been
like
rather
GLaDOS at
amusing.
this point.
Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go around will be even better.
3.
My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
Oh wow, thank
These are
you.
precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or
Yep.
what you're supposed to be doing right
Exactly.
now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
Yeah,
I
probably.
mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something
This
here
door
will
was
save
open.
me. Why
Probably.
would you think that, Stanley?
Usually
that
what
this
happens.
video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Nope.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made
Okay, this
humble.
is just pointless.
This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
Okay,
Take a look
fine.
at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle.
Good
30
boy.
seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment
Time
we
up.
fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Okay, so I don't think there is much we can do. Maybe there might be a way, I don't know. I tried pressing everything, there was no sequence or any. Okay, so we got being crushed, we got being blown up, and one more
All
I
his
can think
co-workers
of
were
is
gone. What could it mean?
disobeying
Stanley decided
him.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
and
simply missed a memo.
instead of talking to the wife on the phone.
When Stanley came
We
to a set
unplug
of
it
two
as
open doors,
Vortex
this was
mentioned.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
We haven't actually done this one.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten
We
off
can
on the
actually go
wrong
down
foot
here as well,
here.
it seems.
I'm not your
Yeah.
enemy, really, I'm not.
That room
I
looks
realize that
open.
investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you.
No, we'll go and
all
do the
this
phone
time.
version first. Then we can
Someone
actually
you've
jump
been
down here, I think.
neglecting, Stanley.
See, if we jump down here, we
Someone
could
you've forgotten
go there.
about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now,
We
I'm
can get
not
several
asking for
endings here.
me,
We could
I'm asking
go
for
back.
her.
I think it would be back to where we were.
This is it,
Can we go up
Stanley.
here?
Your chance to redeem yourself.
Nope.
To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone?
Yes.
That wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
Okay, this is good.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another.
Yeah,
Music
right.
comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How
What?
had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius
Whoa.
of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Practice. Okay, I'm done practicing. Come on.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay, so they want me to do this again. Okay, so we are going back.
Now
Okay.
that we know your choices are meaningful,
Now they have made it so we can't
have you
jump.
jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story
Interesting.
would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Can we go here? We need a card. Okay, so we're going back. Back in the office. Back in the lounge.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Okay, let's see. Door on the left.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, we'll piss him off again.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
It's always all deteriorating. Okay. Let's see again. No insulting remarks, nothing. Okay, so this is getting, oh wow, falling apart. Okay, let's go here. And this side is still fine. We've already done these endings, so okay, it is falling
It's
apart.
ruined.
Too late.
I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that you... My story! You've destroyed my work! Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Okay, he's shutting it down. Can't you just restart it? Hang on. We are still here.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here.
Yeah.
Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see?
Yeah.
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect.
I
I
would have
worked
done
so
that.
hard on it. I tried so hard.
What happened?
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I think he's going to lose his mind if I go.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, let's go left, see what happens here. If it's still destroyed. Seems to be fine this time.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
We have done the boss's office endings, right? We've gone up. We have... Yeah, let's
Coming
see.
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
We've done all the endings here, so I don't think we have an... Oh, boss's office is different.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Am I supposed to speak? This would be a bit weird. Night Shark something?
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115? Okay, how are we going
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Yeah, but is this, are they using voice recognition? How are they going to do this?
Okay, fine.
Open
You're not
it.
going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You
Okay,
had a
then open
choice,
it
you
then.
know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
Okay, he's mad again.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, what the hell is going on now?
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
The end.
I need you to walk through the door.
No.
Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is
Credits are
important.
rolling.
The
Yeah,
story
this is
needs
weird.
you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do.
He is getting
I simply
desperate.
need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all.
Oh, this is funny. It's all
I'll
about
wait for you
choice.
to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Should be it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, we're back to square one. Yeah, okay, so hope you enjoyed it. We saw another 3 endings. I'll probably think, and if I can figure out ways to get more endings, I might give it another try. But for now, thank you for watching. Hope you liked it, and see you in the next one.